Okay, this is going to be the first of probably a series of, I'm going to say 4 videos on a rebuild, reconstruction, I guess, of a helicopter. David Duffe, forum username Duffe, RC Discuss, sent this to me. Sent his DX6i. It's charged. It's got batteries in it. And his heli. He also sent me all these postage stamps and return cards. I guess this is going to be how I'm going to send it back with the series of stamps that came in this box. Anyhow, so this is what we're going to go through. I'm going to be setting up the servos, getting everything acting in the right directions. This problem was programming it to the DX6i, trying to get everything working in the proper directions, proper mixing order. And he's got this Pentium 30 amp ESC. Looks like he tried to crimp them, and that's not a good thing, Duff. Next time when you add something electrical, it's always best to solder. This type of connection is not ideal, so I'll be taking care of that also. He sent me all this other gadgets. I hope you don't mind, Duff, but I do not use these, so I will be changing these connections to a Dean's connection, and I will send you a Dean's connector like this. This is proper. I don't know what happened here, but this whole thing will get cleaned up, and your heli will get cleaned up as well. And one thing I noticed, Duff, you have one servo here that does not match the rest. That's never a good thing. Your servos should always match. They should always be the same. Typically it's good to use the same brands on all 3 cyclics. If you cannot use the same brands, then you use the same torque speed, same torque I should say, and the same speed within a given voltage. If it's 4 volt, 6 volt, they should all match. That way one particular servo might be slower than the other 2, so when you drive collective up or down, one's going to lag, and that's going to give you some problems with the heli. So I'll check this out. If this one works fine, if it's fast enough, I might just put this tail servo, which is identical to the other 2 cyclic servos, up front. Put this one in the back. Aside from that, it's a nice looking frame, bud. Nice little motor. So we'll check it all out, and I will get on it starting first thing tomorrow. Right now it's a little after 5 p.m. here, Pacific Standard Time. I do have to get ready for work, but I will go through this whole thing step by step on video, and you'll have your heli flying in no time, bud. Also, I will mount this gyro, and I'll put it on some good mounting tape. I might just send you a Zil tape, the Zil gel pad. Works a little better. Aside from that, we'll get it cleaned up and get it running for you. And I'll move these over. These right here for your, I don't know how you fly, usually for novice level, beginner, intermediate. It's always best to keep these weights far out as possible. Makes it a little more stable, not as quick. But we'll get it going, Duff, and just to let you know, it's here. It just arrived today. That was fast, I must admit. That was very fast. You do have some wiring that needs to be done to the motor. So some new bullet plugs will be installed on that. I have plenty of this stuff. I keep a good stock of all that. And I'm hoping here, this servo here was not damaged. If the servo wires, if the wires were spliced on maybe one casing, then you'd be safe to get away with this. If not, if two or more were exposed and they touch, then you're going to damage the servo and quite possibly the receiver. So not a good thing. That's not a good thing. I'll check that out also in the morning. Run through it. Your satellite receiver, I'll mount that. And you got a bunch of little hardware here. We'll go through all that. I've got plenty of this stuff. Again, like I said, I keep an abundance of spare parts, screws, etc., etc. But yeah, it's here, Duff, and I'll post this shortly. I'm going to put it on the YouTube screen, and then I'll copy and paste it over to RC Discuss. Nice little heli. I got to give it to you. That's a nice little bird. I like that composite landing skid setup you got going on there. Yeah. Anyway, so we'll get started on it, and the first of quite possibly maybe 3 or 4 series will begin as of tomorrow.